Damn, this shit won't focus. I think it's because my face is too ugly. What is up, guys? It's Kevin. We're back in the video. Today we're actually going to be rebuilding my steering rack for the 240. No, I do not have it back yet, but I actually purchased a new steering rack because this happened. And I cracked my steering rack. I'm going to be replacing my old janky tie rods with the Tein ones. Teins, or whatever, however you want to say it. I bought the inner tie rod, which is this one, and the outer tie rod, which is this one. So another thing you should consider replacing when you're rebuilding your steering rack is boots. The boot goes into the inner tie rod. I'll do it later. I'll show you guys later. But it covers this piece that connects to the rack and pinion, kind of like a condom. Gotta keep it safe, boys. Other than that, yeah, the 240 is still in the shop, but we'll be coming back very, very soon. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But yeah, let's get started on this. No glove, no love. So I actually got this part from Sacramento. I forgot what the place was called, but I'll leave a little annotation for the store. It's a used SR20DET rack and pinion, so oh yeah, another thing you guys should do when you're rebuilding your rack and pinion or steering rack is basically get new bushings. It'll make your car handle so much better with the new bushings. These are polyurethane bushings compared to the OEM ones, which I believe are metal. So these are dope. Let's do this. So once you get your rack and pinion out, you want to get your inner tie rods. Take them out of the box. If you're not going to use the spacer that's included with this kit, then you're going to need this little washer that holds the inner tie rod to the rack and pinion. If you're not planning to use that square little locking piece, you're just going to use this little bad boy right here, which is the spacer. Once you put the spacer in, you want to add some Loctite onto it before you put it on the rack and pinion itself. And this bad boy up. Bada bing. Remember, it just screws in. By the way, guys, this is actually my first time doing this, so if you guys have any advice on how to do this better, please leave a comment down below. Be careful not to rip this. Before you put the boot on, what you want to do is tighten this nut onto the rack and pinion. So the boot itself is going to connect right here where the indentation is, and you're going to use a big zip tie to lock it in place. You might need some lube, or actually you just might need to stretch the boot out so it will fit the rack and pinion.
Many tic-tacs later.
So I finally got the boot on. It took a little persuasion, but if you guys ever seen someone put a tire onto a wheel, it's kind of like that, the same process. You got to stretch the boot a certain type of way onto the rack and pinion itself, because if you don't, it's not gonna go in. It's just gonna keep creasing somewhere right here. But right after you get it on, you just zip tie it real tight. Same on the other side. For me, I used a small screwdriver and moved it around the boot, kind of like the thing I was talking about, like putting a tire onto a wheel. Keep stretching it and stretching it. Just make sure you don't puncture the boot. Once you get the inner tie rod on and the boot on, next thing you want to do is get one of the locking nuts that's included with a tie rod, inner tie rod, and get one of your outer tie rods and put it on together. So I basically got one side done. I'm not going to tighten this end of the tie rod just yet because I don't know how long it should be. If you have the old tie rod assembly itself, you just put it right together or right next to each other, and measure how long it should be. Putting this boot on was such a bitch. Sorry, the lighting's really horrible, but the mouth of the boot, it's smaller than the rack and pinion itself, so you have to stretch that shit out. But got it on, zip tied. Hey, one side done. So I just finished rebuilding my steering rack for my S13 or my 240SX. Installed the outer tie rods, Tein outer and inner tie rods. Looks pretty dope, man. So these nuts go on to the outer tie rod. You thread them or you screw them on. As you can see, there is a hole on the outer tie rod, or where the threads are, and that's where you slip in the cotter pin and you bend it back or lock it in place. To be honest, it's such an easy install, and I highly recommend doing this if you want more steering response. The last thing I need to do is put this on, which is the bushings for the steering rack. But I don't have any grease because I'm supposed to grease these up, or it's recommended to actually do so. But I don't have that. I'm probably gonna go to O'Reilly's real quick and grab some. But besides that, it's ready to be put on the car. I tightened it to specs because you know my Musk house. Bruh. So I'm actually gonna be delivering the rack tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
You guys can't even see it, but she's right there.
What up, guys? It's the next day. Just delivered the rack and pinion to Z Performance. Shout out to Zen, bro. Zen, you're a fucking dope, man. Thank you for taking care of me and my car. The steering rack and the alignment are pretty much the last thing I'm gonna have the shop do for me. Everything else I'm probably gonna have to do myself because it's gonna save me money in the bank. Hopefully by the time I actually post this up, we're already at 1,000 subs. I actually don't know what I'm gonna do for 1,000 subs, but who knows? We'll see. But like always, have a great day, have a great week. Stay safe, y'all.